So you've purchased Webelect, you've seen a couple of introduction videos, and you are ready to begin making your universe so that you know who you need to target to be successful in your campaign. Well, before we can do that, first you need to create your groups or your tags. And so what does that mean? It's almost like a filing system. If you select all of these voters, then where are you going to file it? Let's create the filing system, which is the tags, and then let's add our voters into that little filing system there. And then from there, you're able to make call lists, you're able to uh, go canvassing and knock on doors, you can make mailers, you can send emails, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead. The first thing to do is come down here to administration. It opens up a submenu and you need to go to tags. Once there, I'm going to go ahead and open up everything that I have so that you can see it. And I have some accounts where I have about 100 different tags and they each do something different. So what we need to do is to define what it is that you're looking for. I usually start with the simple things, and it already comes in Webelect, and that is opposed, support. We have petitions there already, but undecided. Whenever you speak to a voter, if they haven't given you a clear opposition or they haven't given you a clear I'm voting for you, then I consider those undecided, and that's important to keep track of. So I always add that. I also add a few more things. Let me come back up here. I have this under AucRec, but maybe you can call it canvassing. I have a do not return. I think that's so important when I have canvassers out there. I let them know if there's a home that you knock on and that home you feel is dangerous to come back to, then definitely we need to add a voter there. So that needs to be there as a group or a tag so that my canvassers can add voters or homes into the do not return category. I also have no soliciting. That's important to have there. So as someone is canvassing, and they notice a home that is no soliciting, you want them to tag that as no soliciting so that they don't return. All these things are important. Voter moved. You've knocked on a door. You made a phone call. The voter no longer lives there. That's important. And you could have all kinds of tags like wrong number, angry, upset about the economy, anything, anything. So in this case, let's make a universe list. So let's go ahead and make a tag called universe, right? And it's not a sub tag of anything. And I'm just going to go ahead and click save. And let me go ahead and collapse these so that they're not bothering us anymore. And here it is. We have one that's called universe. Now, let's inside that universe add every Republican in the district that voted in 2022. Okay? So let's add new tag. Republican voted 2022. There we go. Subtag of universe. And you could even add a description. Every voter that voted in 2022. Okay? So I've created underneath, see how it's already made your little collapsible arrow? So it's already there, but it is not populated. See how there's no number over here? This has no voters in it. So the next thing we need to do as we're creating our universe is add voters into that particular tag. Let's go to the main menu, voter info, targeting. I'm not going to worry about any of this. This is how you further refine. So we have a whole different video that goes into how to refine, and you're welcome to go look through there. In the meantime, we'll just go to next page, voter criteria. And again, I'm going to have a whole nother video that you can look up on our YouTube channel, and it will show you what all of this means. But in the meantime, What we're looking for is every Republican, here we go, Republicans, that voted in 2022. That's the general election. And these are all the precincts. And of course, we wanted all Republicans, so we're not going to filter it down to precinct. We just want all Republicans. Let's choose next page criteria. And this is also where you can refine your universe. So let's suppose you wanted all Republicans that do not have a newsletter. So you want to exclude member of already has a newsletter. You could do that with anything. Exclude people that gave money to your opponent if you've created that. People who have an email address if you've created that. You just have to create it. This is where you begin to create your filing system. So let's click next page. And so there are 136,000 voters in Orange County, Florida, that are Republican that voted in 2022. So what do we do with that? How do we add that into our tag or our group or our file? So I come here to groups and deliverables. For some reason, it's not called tags, but that's fine. Groups and tags are one and the same. They mean the same thing. So I choose show options, and it's giving me a whole new submenu on the right-hand side. Underneath the word group, I'm going to choose add to. Now this drop down also lets you remove, but for the moment it's add to. You could create a new group from here, or you can automatically add it to the group we have already created. In which case we've already created it under universe. There it is right there. And after you've defined this, we want to run report. And what run report does is it takes all those voters and it adds it into that group so that you can then begin to work your universe. And you can begin to target these people with phone calls or canvassing, emails, you name it. You can define this any way you want. It's your universe. So let's wait for this to go ahead and populate. Okay, so it's added everyone to the group. Mind you, the bigger the file, the longer it takes. So I actually paused this recording. It probably took about 3 minutes. So when you see that this takes you a while on your computer, don't fear, just leave the tab open and wait for it to work itself out. It will. The bigger the file, the longer it takes. Let me go ahead and press OK. And it takes you back to this. But you've now completed this. You know that you've completed this because you pressed OK. So let's go to our main menu. And let's go and take a look and see if we were successful. Tags, universe. And there we go. All the voters are located inside of that tag, that group, that file. And from here, there's so much you can do with it. We are going to have, or we do have videos on this channel that shows you how to make a map. It shows you how to turn them into a phone bank or how to extract email addresses, all those good things, everything you need to be able to target the voter. And so you should have, like I said, several different tags or groups already created. You should have your universe made. And you need to also think, what kind of information are you looking for when someone makes a phone call or when someone knocks on a door? Because you want feedback. You want to be able to use the data that they've acquired to your benefit. So you could have here tags about the economy, tags about the ports, tags about hurricanes, tags about just about anything. And I even have tags about NRA, Black Lives Matter, immigration, um, anything that you could see outside of someone's home, because you'd be surprised how much you can catch outside of someone's home when you're canvassing. Maybe they didn't answer the door, but you've walked away with so much information and you can begin to tailor your messages depending on some of the things you saw outside the home. So tags are important. Again, tags, groups is the same thing. I tend to view it as a file. And this is going to be the hub. This is where you're going to have all of your information so that you can then do all the things that you need to do in your campaign.